definitely the coolest little girl. In her world only black do things alone. She never cares what others think. That's why she always finds out what's behind a conspiracy. This is the fantasy mystery that just came out. Let's pick up where we left off on Wednesday. Wednesday, in a better mood, asked Taylor out again. She remembered what had happened. Call Tyler on Wednesday about Reach Day, and ask him where the rally used to be. And the monster was there. She's going to the dance with Eugene, and he heard of the cave. So he told the doctor to burn the cave, and Eugene might have seen the doctor who started the fire. Tyler had to turn into a monster to keep his mouth shut, and Tyler intentionally hurt her that night at the old house. Wednesday gathered the night shadows and tied Tyler up. She found out through research Taylor's mother was a hive, because postpartum depression led to monster awakening, and Taylor inherited the trait from her mother to bring out Tyler's true colors. Wednesday decided to move on him. This frightened the other students. Just as Wednesday was about to make a move on Taylor, the sheriff swooped in and arrested her. No charges were filed against Wednesday. When she left, Tyler came slowly to her side, whispering his triumph to her, although Taylor has admitted that, but there was no evidence of that on Wednesday. This time the principal was in despair. She could only expel Wednesday from the school. She lost everyone's trust. Wednesday could only find Xavier again, tell him she was being used by Tyler. Tyler is the real monster. Call was to her to get involved in her business. He threw her out in anger, but Wednesday isn't giving up. She had heard that Eugene had woken up, came to the hospital to visit. She saw Eugene awake. They talked about what had happened that night. Eugene only remembers a man in red boots burning the cave. At this point Wednesday found another flaw. Turns out the botany teacher wears red boots all the time. Wednesday came straight to the greenhouse and busted her. She's the Garrett daughter. Laurel didn't just fake the death certificate. She also ambushed the academy under a new identity, and she already knows everything from Taylor. Laurel used a plant-derived potion to control Tyler's transformation, and used the story of Tyler's mother to control his mind, because at the beginning in the experimental phase, so every transformation has to take place in the cave. With constant training the transformation becomes more skilled. That is, until the shrink discovered Tyler's secret. She invites the murder and then frames Xavier for it. See, Wednesday has found the truth. Laurel is no longer in disguise. Let Tyler take out Wednesday directly behind him. She just didn't realize that Tyler was the new principal. The principal advised Laurel to stop in time. Unexpectedly, the other side took out a needle and stabbed the principal directly into the neck. It contained nightshade poison that killed the principal on the spot. The next, Wednesday was knocked unconscious. The next time she woke up, she was in the crypt. Laurel is a descendant of Celestone. She wants to bring her ancestors back to life, because it was Wednesday's ancestors who sealed her here, so only a descendant of the Addams family can break the seal. Finally, Laurel transferred Wednesday's hand, put her hand on the sarcophagus, and there was a reaction. Laurel immediately took out the old book and said the spell. Wednesday took advantage of the break to uncuff himself. When the spell was over, there was a flash of electricity around the sarcophagus, with a puff of black smoke. Celestone really did come back to life. That's when Wednesday made his point again, but he was frozen by the staff of the opposite method. Then he stabbed Wednesday in the stomach. Wednesday fell to the ground and the two left. But how could Wednesday, who had a powerful protagonist, die? Ancestral Judy appears and tells Wednesday to pierce Celestone's black heart to destroy him once and for all, and the necklace Wednesday's mother gave her, actually, it is a powerful talisman. Ancestors can heal Wednesday with necklaces, but the spirits of the ancestors will also be lost. To save the students at this school, the ancestor used his soul to heal the dying Wednesday. The night shadows on this side of the school have been alerted by Enid and are quietly evacuating the students, with no time to explain Bianca's hypnotic skills. Force everyone out. Any on the other side. They took her right hand to the crypt, but halfway through, her powers finally woke up. When—
Oh my god! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! It's happening! They got moving out!
Wednesday, who escaped from the crypt, was again stopped. By this time, Taylor was able to complete the transformation alone. He grabbed Wednesday and pressed it against the tree with his right hand up for a final blow. Suddenly a werewolf appeared and tackled Hyde. Take a close look, Wednesday. This is Enid in werewolf form. Werewolf holding off the Hyde monster. Tell Wednesday to get back to school. At the school, Celestone had been killed in the quad. The wand will conjure fire. Wednesday came to the college and picked one up. The sword goes after Celestone for revenge. That's when Xavier suddenly appeared and fired an arrow. I didn't realize Celestone didn't just freeze his sword, and it's been reversed and reflected back. The moment of truth came on Wednesday. Good thing it was just the shoulder. She told Xavier to evacuate herself with the students. Stay and stop each other. Then Wednesday pulled the sword from his shoulder and grappled with Celestone. Wednesday's sword was smashed to pieces before 3 moves. Then she was pinned to the ground again. Bianca, a straight A student in her hour of need, stabbed her in the back, just not in the heart. He was slapped straight out of the door by Celestone. Follow the other person unnoticed. Wednesday picked up the arrow on the ground, into Celestone's heart. The devil is gone for good, and that's when Laurel came out with a gun, just not before she took the shot. A swarm of bees surrounded her. Eugene, who is usually weak, has a strong side. Wednesday ended up with a kick. She was relieved of her hatred. Finally, Wednesday out of the academy gate. Only Enid held her close. It was the first time Wednesday had shared a hug. In the end, the school was saved, but the principal died for it. The school decided to take a break to regroup. The students had a temporary separation. Xavier gave Wednesday a cell phone. He wanted to keep in touch when he didn't see each other. Wednesday drove out of school after the crowd said goodbye. Cell phone suddenly received MMS insidewards when Xavier gave her the phone with the words, "I'm watching you." Turns out the real mastermind hasn't shown up yet. All this may be just a blip in a larger conspiracy. Meanwhile, Tyler and the police car turns again. It's also a sign that the second season will be even more exciting.